Guys, I'm gonna need y'all to get seated for this one, because while we always thought there was something going on between Jay Z and Beyonce, with divorce rumors flying every couple of months, B has allegedly been pushed to the edge and is reportedly, finally, ending the marriage. And I'm talking about an alleged $2.6 billion settlement. Allegedly, Solange is even planning one hell of a party, and guess who is having a field day with all these allegations? Yes, Onika. I know some of you will say that Beyonce had the option to divorce Jay after he cheated multiple times, but she stayed. And it's not like it's the first time Jay Z is being accused of being involved with Diddy, or Epstein, or Harvey Weinstein and the likes. So what's different this time? Basically, Beyonce is hitting her 50s soon, and she is tired. After being committed to him for 20 years and forgiving his cheating and other shenanigans, all of this has not only now started affecting her brand, but also her mental health, and she wants to get out. There are already stories that they had been living separate lives but posed together for marketing. Okay, I know it's not like these divorce rumors are new. They have been there since the elevator incident involving Solange. By the way, I believe B possibly considered filing back then, but after reconciling with Jay Z, Beyonce set strict rules for Jay Z, and an insider said, "Jay's ultimately very grateful that she didn't give up on him back in the day, so he shows his respect by following her rules. He used to go out with the boys all the time, but that's off limits, and Beyonce doesn't like him having one-on-ones with his female talent." However, a few months ago, it seemed like Beyonce couldn't take it anymore and decided she was done with all the control from her husband and her mother. There was even a report making rounds claiming that the only reason Beyonce got married to Jay Z was because she was forced to do so by Tina. The tea was, this globally adored pop star is widely seen as one of the powerful and influential women in the world. Her marriage to a rap mogul has long been praised as the pinnacle of black love and empire building, but behind closed doors, it's anything but a fairy tale. What most people don't know is that the superstar never truly wanted this relationship to begin with. In fact, the marriage, and even the relationship itself, was something she was pushed into by none other than her mother. The superstar was barely 19 years old when the rapper, then in his early 30s, took a keen interest in her. At the time, she was still finding her voice, still figuring out her identity, and unsure about getting involved with a man nearly 13 years her senior. Insiders also said that Beyonce was hesitant from the beginning because she knew about Jay's reputation, the women, and the questionable past. But instead of supporting her, her mother quickly shut her down. Apparently, her mother, who had long been managing her career, saw the relationship as a strategic business move, and she allegedly told her daughter that being with Jay Z would solidify her career and put her on another level, essentially making her untouchable in the industry. Basically, the mother was focused on creating an empire and believed aligning her daughter with Jay Z would do just that. Even when Beyonce admitted she wasn't sure she even liked him like that, her mother shut her down, and despite her hesitation, she went along with it. But reportedly, what she didn't know at the time was just how dark her future husband's past was, and how it would come back to haunt her. Baby. That dark past is definitely haunting Queen B, and if word on the street is anything to go by, she just can't handle it anymore. In fact, not so long ago there were reports that Jay Z was allegedly spotted meeting up with a legal issues attorney and a divorce attorney. Another insider said, "Industry insiders have been whispering about this for a while. If you're wondering why her bodyguard chased after her at that big award show recently, it's because singer has threatened to flee the country multiple times. She's done with the control, the pressure, and the handlers who make every decision for her. They're afraid she'll leave without notice, and they're right to be." Singer suffers from depression and has thoughts. Her team sees her as a danger to herself, but what they're really afraid of is losing their cash cow. They've kept her under control for years, but they won't be able to much longer. She's on the verge of rebelling. She's fed up with her mother's control. She's tired of her husband's influence. The source also claimed that this is why Beyonce has been going hard these days and doing everything she can to make as much money as she can. Apparently, Jay and his people have been secretly stealing from her, and now she has to work 10 times more to get to the financial goal she wants to reach so she can escape. The source said, and I quote, "She's questioning her finances and demanding an audit. Here's the truth. She doesn't want to work like this anymore. Singer is exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally. She's been been doing this for decades, and she just wants to relax, rest, and finally live life on her own terms. But her team and family won't let her. She didn't even want to do this tour, but she's doing it for two reasons: to reach a specific financial goal that will let her escape for good, and because her family and label are pushing her to work while she still can. Yes, this is why the tickets were so expensive. Yes, this is why she's suddenly diversifying her business moves. Yes, this is why she's quietly buying property outside the US. Lawsuits are coming. Her finances aren't adding up. She's been spending more than she's making, and she's terrified of being trapped in the cycle forever. She just wants peace. She wants to slow down, step back, and not have to grind anymore. But the people around her won't let her stop working. Oh, but this source wasn't done being messy, y'all. The source also said that the reason why Beyonce is being strategic with her escape is because she is afraid that they might take her out like they did to Michael Jackson when he tried to break free from their control. But here's the real tea. She knows what happened to her idol when he tried to break free. She's afraid of the same fate. That's why she's quietly making moves, setting up her escape, and ensuring that when she finally disappears, she won't be forced to come back. I'm just saying, if she suddenly cancels shows or starts to spend more time overseas, just know, it's not just for fun. Believe what you want, but when it all comes out, remember this post. Well, as for why Beyonce is allegedly done, 1. There have been reports that Jay Z has never stopped cheating on Beyonce, and given everything that has come up, sources are saying that Beyonce doesn't see the need to stick around and support him anymore. I mean, there have been the endless cheating allegations that go all the way back to 2005, and at the time there were rumors that Jay Z cheated on Beyonce with Rihanna, and in 2010, the streets started saying that Jay Z had hooked up with adult film star Jasmine Cashmere. A few months later, Jasmine's friends were even spreading news of a pregnancy and saying that Jay Z was the father. There have also been stories involving Kathy White, Rachel Roy, Casey Cohen, and even Rita Ora. And around 2012, there were allegations that Jay had a mistress not yet of age who was 4 months along but had it terminated over the summer. Allegedly, the affair had been going on for a year, and she was from Brooklyn and was Hispanic. And by the way, by cheating, I'm talking about with both women and men. Allegedly. Okay, before y'all come for me, people from back in the day are the ones saying that Jay has always been on the DL, and that there was even a relationship between him and Jazzo that proved things. So, the thing is, Jay Z and Jazzo met when they were much younger in Marcy Projects, and quickly bonded over their love of rhyming. But then somewhere down the line, the two had a nasty fallout that went on for years.
It was difficult listening to that because it felt like it was him, obviously, but it felt like a stranger. And one more thing that I feel is important is that I understood his position to a point. Not saying I agree with it, but I understood his position because he's got this, everybody, all the time. Before the status that we see now, he had that all the time because the main thing was even into the late 90s, it was still Jazz and Jay Z.
But here's where it gets interesting. Allegedly, the beef that was going on had something to do with a romantic fallout between the two. I know this may seem like news to a lot of people, but apparently people who were around in the 90s know about the rumors, and a few have actually confirmed that there were speculations that the two were physically intimate. Well, Jay Z has done a pretty good job, as always, to remove such speculations and blogs about their rumored relationship from the internet. But the allegations resurfaced again recently, when people started looking into what may have pushed Beyonce to get the alleged divorce. Anywho, what has apparently pushed Beyonce is the recent allegations being made about Jay Z, including being mentioned in a documented record of a call made to the FBI from a woman who claimed to have been taken advantage of. This woman alleged that in approximately 1996, she was taken, and she later woke up in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay Z in what she believed was an Epstein-owned mansion in Florida. The woman actually identifies other people, including rapper Pusha T, as handlers who allegedly helped facilitate the incident.
Jay Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, I think they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
By the way, allegedly, several celebrities, including Jay Z, are seeking to file lawsuits against the Department of Justice for negligent misrepresentation. According to misrepresentation laws, this suit would be based on the premise that the DOJ carelessly included claims as neither true nor false, which caused financial or pecuniary losses or emotional distress. It is rumored that the suit will reach the public in the coming weeks. Anyway, other than this, there's a Jane Doe who accused both Diddy and Jay Z of taking advantage of her back in 2000, and she actually went into very details about what happened. Well, Jay Z's team immediately fired back, calling the claims idiotic, but we had people saying that they wouldn't be surprised if Jay paid a lot of money to make the story go away, just like he has done with several other cases about him. So yeah, there's been a lot of things that have been piling up over the years, and the streets are saying that Beyonce is just tired, especially because the situation is really hurting her brand. And apparently, with everything going on, Nicki is somewhere smiling from ear to ear, cause the last person she wants to see happy is Jay Z. Of course, Nicki has been talking about how Jay Z and Roc Nation sabotaged her career, and she even said that it's actually the real reason why she doesn't release music. She also said that they had been seeking to damage her relationship with her spouse Kenneth Petty, and that efforts to turn him against her have involved lies and friends in high places. And more recently, she also went into even deeper allegations against Jay Z and Beyonce, claiming that there have been sacrifices happening in Hollywood when she shared pictures of Jay Z posing with Aaliyah and Beyonce in 1996 and 1997, and over the images, she shared the ages of all three artists. Best believe she's not somewhere feeling sorry about Beyonce and Jay Z possibly getting divorced. But I'd love to know what you think about these divorce rumors. Do you actually think Beyonce is going through with the divorce this time? Or do you think Jay is once again going to convince her to stay? Drop those thoughts in the comments section below.